The gunshot tore through the quiet of our suburban morning, a sharp crack that stopped my heart. My daughter, Lily, crumpled in her wheelchair on our front lawn, her hands clutching her stomach as blood seeped through her yellow sundress. Evelyn Harper, our HOA tyrant, stood at the edge of our property, her silver pistol shaking in her perfectly manicured hands. She wouldn't stop touching my roses. Evelyn screamed, her voice shrill with rage. Then her eyes caught the glint of my sheriff's badge, dropped in the grass during my sprint to Lily. Her face drained of color, and the gun slipped from her grip. I dropped to my knees beside Lily, my 13-year-old fighter, born with spina bifida, who'd spent her life defying odds just to live like any other kid. "Daddy," she whispered, her voice trembling, tears streaking her freckled cheeks. "It hurts," like fire in my stomach. I ripped off my shirt, pressing it against the wound, blood warm and sticky under my hands. "Stay with me, Lily," I said, my voice steady despite the panic clawing at my chest. "Help's coming." With one hand, I fumbled for my phone, dialing 911. "This is Sheriff Tom Bennett." I barked, my tone shifting from terrified dad to commanding officer. "Emergency at 312 Oak Lane. My daughter, 13, gunshot to the abdomen. Shooter still here, armed." Evelyn's knees buckled as she heard sheriff. "You're just the guy with the disabled kid," she stammered, as if that excused shooting my daughter. "Hands up now," I roared, yanking my off-duty revolver from my ankle holster, one hand still pressing on Lily's wound. Years of training kept my aim steady, even as my heart pounded so hard I could taste it. Evelyn sank to the grass, her designer slacks staining green. "It was an accident," she whimpered. "Those roses cost $300 each. I warned her 3 times. We lived in Green VY Heights for 3 years, and I kept my job quiet to give Lily a normal life. Most neighbors just knew me as Tom, Lily's dad, not the county sheriff. Now, as sirens wailed closer and neighbors spilled onto their lawns, I was both father and lawman, shirtless, hands slick with my daughter's blood. Mr. Larson from next door ran over with towels, taking overpressure on Lily's stomach as I kept my gun on Evelyn. "I didn't know you were sheriff," she sobbed, as if that changed the fact she'd shot a child over flowers. HOA rules ban picking community plants. Section 8, Paragraph 3. The ambulance screeched up, and the EMTs froze when they saw me. "Sheriff Bennett, it's Lily," I said, stepping back. "Gunshot to the stomach. She has spina bifida." They cut away her dress, revealing a small, deadly hole in her abdomen, and rushed her onto a stretcher. My deputy, Officer Daniels, arrived, his face hardening as he cuffed Evelyn. "Go with Lily, sir," he said. "I've got this." The hospital ride blurred Lily's cold hand in mine, her rainbow bracelet stark against her pale skin, the paramedic fighting to stabilize her. "Dad," she whispered through her oxygen mask. "Am I in trouble for the flowers?" Tears burned my eyes. "No, honey, you did nothing wrong." At the hospital, they wheeled her into surgery. The bullet had ripped through her intestines, grazed her liver, and lodged near her spine. For 7 agonizing hours, I paced, praying, plotting every charge I'd throw at Evelyn. District Attorney Laura Hayes found me in the waiting room. "Tom, we'll hit her with everything: attempted murder, child endangerment, hate crime," she vowed. "She shot your daughter over flowers." The news was already buzzing, calling Evelyn HOA witch. My sheriff title splashed across headlines. Support for Lily poured in: cards, flowers, stuffed animals, but it felt hollow as I waited to see if she'd serve VYV. My wife died when Lily was 2, Leah VYing us to face her medical battles together. Now this. The surgeon emerged exhausted. "Lily's stable, but critical. The next 48 hours are key." In recovery, she looked so small, her stomach bandaged, machines beeping. I held her hand, breaking down. "I'm sorry, Lily. I should have protected you." By morning, our hospital room overflowed with VY Cyrus Lily's friends, neighbors, my deputies. Reporters hounded me. "Is it true Evelyn shot your daughter over flowers?" one asked. "Lily was picking roses for a science project," I said, voice tight. "Evelyn shot her at close range. Lily's 13 and in a wheelchair." She was no threat. Evelyn's trial came fast. Security footage showed her aiming at Lily's stomach, her HOA citations targeting our wheelchair ramp and garden beds. Emails revealed her venom. These disabled kids ruin our property values. Lily insisted on testifying, wheeling to the stand, her stomach scar still raw. Mrs. Harper said I made the neighborhood look bad, she said, voice clear. When I said the flowers were for school, she shot me. The courtroom gasped as she showed her scar. Evelyn's lawyer claimed she felt threatened by a 13-year-old in a wheelchair, earning the judge's scorn. The jury convicted her in 2 hours. You shot a disabled child over flowers, the judge thundered, sentencing her to 9 years. As Evelyn was led away, she whimpered, I didn't know you were sheriff. And I didn't know monsters lived here, I shot back. Lily's recovery was brutal. 3 weeks in a hospital, 2 more surgeries, infections, and nightmares. One night, her fever spiking, I whispered stories of her mom, begging her to fight. Slowly, she healed. The day she smiled again, touching her stomach scar, I knew she'd make it. We'll have a big scar, Dad, she asked. Yeah, I said. But scars show you're a survivor, like your spina bifida scars. When we got home, the neighborhood surprised us. They'd ousted Evelyn from the HOA, passed Lily's rule for accessibility, and built ramps and a garden corner with a sign. Pick all the flowers you want. Lily, hand on her scar, looked at me. Something good came from this, didn't it? I nodded. That's how change happens, Lily Bug. 6 months later, I returned to work, launching disability training for deputies and community programs. Lily spoke at schools, her stomach scar a badge of courage. A year after the shooting, she planted sunflowers in the garden, saying, seeds need dark times to grow beautiful. Her strength changed our town, showing what one brave girl could do. What do you think? Should Evelyn's sentence have been harsher? Was the neighborhood's response enough? Or just a feel-good gesture? Would you have forgiven her if it was your kid? Drop your thoughts below, hit like, and subscribe for more stories that make you think. Thank you for taking the time to listen to today's story on Store of Good Stories. If this story touched your heart or made you think, don't forget to hit like and share the video to spread this positive message to more people. And if this is your first time here, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of the meaningful stories we share every week. Your support is the biggest motivation for Store of Good Stories to keep bringing heartfelt and valuable stories to you. See you in the next video. Thank you for taking the time to listen to today's story on Store of Good Stories. If this story touched your heart or made you think, don't forget to hit like and share the video to spread this positive message to more people. And if this is your first time here, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of the meaningful stories we share every week. Your support is the biggest motivation for Store of Good Stories to keep bringing heartfelt and valuable stories to you. See you in the next video.